Why, hello there.
Oh, that was a different intro.
It's Star Wars Day. You got to do the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Of course. Hey, Tom. Hey,
Hannah.
May the 4th be with you.
Oh, yeah. May the 4th be with you too.
Thanks.
But I can't actually start a stream without saying it. So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Tuesday because of bank holiday here in the UK. And welcome. Tuesday. And welcome to the Easy Level Up Videocast. I am Tom Mosley at The Tattooed Gamer over on Instagram and joined by the wonderful, as always, Hannah Deathridge. Hannah, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Tom. You're always so kind to me, Tom. You always bring me to a slight tear in these introductions. But I'm really really hyped for this videocast because it's a bit different to what we've ever really done before. So
exciting. Doing a generalized celebration of all things Star Wars. And my dog wants to get involved.
Hello, Pandora.
Be on camera.
Isn't that nice? Isn't that cute?
The joys of working from home.
Indeed, but Tom, that segues us lovely,
because
that's the word, onto who else wants to join us. And
100%.
Who else wants to join us? Everybody who's watching. So it looks like I'm going to be the one to read out who's watching. That's fine.
Sorry. I wondered what you were going with then. I was like, I'm sorry, what?
I was just like,
I'm slightly distracted by the dog. That's
okay. So we had Pandora. Hi, Pandora. Yes. And now we have Daggercast. Hi, Daggercast. And we have Ben, Lover of Tech. Yes. And we have Watty. Hello. And Daggercast again. And anybody else who's watching, please say hi because we will shout you out. And we'll say, May the 4th be with you, to you too. Happy Star Wars Day. Happy Star Wars Day.
General Kenobi. See, Daggercast got the reference.
Yeah.
But Hannah, we are talking Tom? Star Wars. I am. I'm fine.
Sure.
Literally.
You ready?
I went from a meeting before this. Come on, get down. I went from a meeting before this. I was late to our prep call, and I'm now just like, okay, I've still got 15 minutes until we're live because my brain's like, we're fine. We're not. We are 100% live. So, Hannah, we are talking all things Star Wars. We are live. We've said hello to the people in chat, but people don't just want to hear us talk.
No,
that's boring, right? So we have some wonderful people to join us. Would you like to introduce our wonderful guests?
I will. So we have some fresh faces, some wonderful people, and we have one person who is from our evangelist team, and I'm going to introduce him now and we have to do this in a Star Wars way. So this is Ben. Kenoben. It's Ben, everybody.
That's such a cool intro. I feel so
Like
special.
it?
I love it, especially for our first one as well. First video cast.
Ben, Kenoben.
Hey, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hello, sir.
That was such a sick intro, Anna. Thank you, guys.
You're very welcome. You should feel special. And Ben, it's so good to have you here because I heard on the grapevine through my industrial interweb earpiece that is currently on that you are the biggest Star Wars fan in the whole wide world. Is this true?
Oh man, it is true. I call myself the defender of episode 3 specifically as my favorite Star Wars movie. I love
it's a bold choice. It's a bold choice.
It is a bold choice, and it's a very bold choice for justifiable reasons. And today is the day that Bad Batch starts. And I've watched it. And let me tell you, it just further justifies why episode 3 is my favorite. May not be the best, but it's my favorite. So just put it out there.
And that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Awesome. And for anyone who doesn't know who you are, Ben, who are you? What do you do?
Who am I? That is such a mystery. Well, it's not really a mystery. We're going to unravel the mystery right now. So my name is Benjamin Obwaji. I'm pretty much working for and representing Microsoft with my fellow colleagues, as you can see on the screen, pretty much part of the category team. I am on the section where pretty much under Microsoft 365 and Windows. And at the moment, pretty much looking after the gaming overview series on the channel, amongst other things. And it's been great. It's been 3 months in, just settling, just getting into the groove. So one of the digital trainers, i.e. evangelist. And
the hard work starts now, Ben. The hard work starts now.
I know, right? And also a Padawan learner, as today goes. And that is pretty much who I am in a simple nutshell.
Well, we've got some love in the chat for you, Ben. Ben, is this your first video cast?
This is my first video call. It's like
Yeah,
everything else. And
yeah.
imagine it lands on May the 4th. That is such a boom.
Of all the days you were to start, it was the only day when we were going through like the planner and the schedule, and I was like, "Oh, we're doing a Star Wars day." I don't think Ben has said yes quicker.
That is so true. I hold nothing back and just admitting that is so true. Indeed.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Ben. But Ben, as much as you could probably talk about it all on your own, you are not the only guest that we have today. We also have somebody from the field team, and this is the wonderful, and we've seen it before, and we love it loads. It is Jedi Jess.
I couldn't think of like a pose. I was like,
has to be a alliteration.
oh dear. Hi.
Hi, Jess.
Hello.
Hi, Jess.
How are you, Jess?
I'm all right, thanks.
Good.
Obviously I've sort of filled in last minute, so I'm really happy to be here.
Good.
Yeah,
Amazing.
we did originally have our boss man Greg Nichols joining us, but he has intermittent power issues, so he no longer has unlimited power. Props to you if you get the reference. So Jess has very graciously joined us from the world of the field team to talk all things Star Wars. So Jess, thank you very much for joining us.
No worries.
And
I have to
Jess,
say this.
oh, go on,
I have
Ben.
to say this technically does make Jess have unlimited power, i.e., making her really the true protagonist from Phantom Menace all the way till now, and revealing herself as the one that was causing all the issues before. Mystery solved.
Yeah, I totally did not sabotage Greg's like power at all. No, it wasn't me.
The fall of the Jedi was all Jess. It makes sense. Dark Lord Jess. I love it.
Welcome.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. So, Jess, for
This
anyone
is
who doesn't
gonna
know
be a
who
good
you
one.
are, please introduce yourself on the video
Well,
cast today.
Hi, I'm Jess. I work on the field team, so I'm the odd one out here. But yeah, I love it. I work loads of like digital stuff, so I do a lot of digital work, which is awesome, and I work with these guys quite a lot, so it's really nice. But yeah, I've just passed my first year now on the team, and it feels like forever.
Celebrate.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I'm just really happy to be here.
Aren't we all? It's all very wholesome and lovely. Hello to Guy and to Games Guru who have come in as well. So hi guys, thank you for watching.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for being here, Jess. Thank you for being here, Ben. What next,
Thanks
Tom?
for having
On the
us.
agenda.
You're not going to thank me for being here. I'm looking the wrong
No.
way.
Tom, thank you for being here. Oh my word. All the time. Thank you, Tom.
Left out.
You can't get rid of me. You can't get rid of me. So yeah, what's next? We normally talk for an hour on the show, all things gaming, and we're going to keep it to try and keep it to gaming as best as we can for you guys. But it is a Star Wars celebration day, May the 4th. So I want a bit of history from you guys. Quick 30 seconds, minute of why Star Wars? Like, what is it about Star Wars that has made you a fan? And chat, let us know why you're a fan of Star Wars if you are, and maybe if you're not, we can hopefully convince you that it is an amazing world to be part of. So Monica, good afternoon to you. So yeah, a quick round robin of what Star Wars means to you, why Star Wars. Let's go Jess, Ben, Hannah, me.
Oh, don't put me first. Oh,
Kai.
no. To be fair, it's probably best that I go before Ben because he's probably going to have a way better story than me.
Yeah, Ben's the rest of the 50 minutes.
Ben. 30 seconds.
So I'm like a bit newer to the whole Star Wars universe stuff. So I hadn't watched any of the films until about 5 years ago. I don't know how I just sort of missed them. My brother was a big fan of Star Wars. I played some of the games, so I played some of the Lego games when I was younger, but not all the way through. And I played the Relic of the Jedi Super Nintendo game, again, not all the way through, but I played bits. So that was kind of all I sort of knew for Star Wars when I was younger. And then 5 years ago, I watched all of the films, like up to, I think Force Awakens was out. And then we've been to the cinema to watch every single one since, and I am obsessed, and I love it, and it's great. And I wasted so much time.
So we're gonna cycle back to Jess in a minute because I have a question. But we're gonna move on to Ben, and Ben's gonna give us 30 seconds of why Star Wars.
Lightsabers.
Doesn't need 30 seconds, just one word. It's one word.
One word.
Yeah.
No, honestly, it was my first one was episode 1, pretty much 1999. Watched it in the cinema by myself. Funny enough, it was weird with pocket money. Remember it? It was a great experience, and that just the whole choreography of how lightsabers were. It was like, wow, these guys can really kick butt. This is amazing, you know. And it was funny because it built up episode 2, 2002, then episode 3. Why I remember it so well was it was actually after my final exam in year 11 when I was in school, and it came out on my birthday month. So it was a good one where me and my friends all went to go watch it. And it ended up going from just being about lightsabers to actual life lessons. It was a very good one. And felt very emotional. Very epic fight to the end, you know, on a volcanic planet. It's like fighting in hell, basically. So that's what Star Wars ended up being for me. Lightsabers, and just ended up being part of my teenage years growing up.
I like it. I like it.
Symbols.
Quick shout out to Gregory Nichols as well. I just put his comment on screen a minute ago, but his electricity is back, so he is popping in to say hello. So a very happy Star Wars Day to you, sir. Rebecca Bohr, it's Star Wars Day. It is very much Star Wars Day. I'm very much looking forward to it. But Hannah, why Star Wars?
So I am probably the least knowledgeable when it comes to Star Wars out of probably the whole team, to be honest. So with me, and I know it's probably a bit of a swear word, but when I was younger growing up, it used to be Star Trek, and Star Trek would be what's on. Ooh. I know. And I think I was obsessed with Data. I was just obsessed with him. I just thought he was just magnificent. And I got mesmerized. But later on in life, a bit like Jess, I went back and I watched more of Star Wars and got to know the world. And the thing about Star Wars for me is it's not just a franchise, it's a way of life. Like it is. There are Jedis that live among us, and they do. And I'm walking the dog, and sometimes I go past this house and it's like, Jedis live here. And I'm like, yes. And people love it. People take it so seriously as a world and as just an embodiment of life. And I think it's awesome, and it's so imaginative, and the music is sensational. And because it's Star Wars Day, I was listening to the soundtrack this morning, and it's just it just gets
you in the mood,
and it's everything. It's all the characters and the story arcs and the progression, and there's droids and they're cute, and it just ticks all the boxes. So
love the passion. She overtook me. She needed more time than me, by the way.
Yep. So for someone that started actually, I don't know a lot. I think it is awesome, and yeah, Star Wars is great.
Well, Greg just admitted that he missed his chemistry A-level exam to go to the premiere of episode 3. He regrets absolutely nothing.
That's amazing.
Absolute legend.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we do not condone missing school for nerdy reasons.
Don't do it, because now we live in a world where you can just watch it when you get back from your chemistry exams. It's fine.
100%. I think for me, I would say I blame my dad, but there's no blame whatsoever. So I've kind of got to thank him. He kind of introduced me to episodes 4, 5, and 6 when I was a kid. Probably my best memory of Star Wars is sitting on my dad's lap at a PC, playing a Star Wars game with a joystick. So it was a flight game, and I honestly can't remember what it was called. And it shames me, and I've researched it, I've looked into it. I can't find it for love nor money. But yeah, I remember sitting on his knee and me and my dad playing through and taking turns playing the level, flying around in the Millennium Falcon and the TIE Fighters and the X-Wings and stuff like that. And just it was like a on-track rails, but you could kind of control bits and pieces. I will do some more research to see if I can find it. But chat, if you know what it potentially could be, it would probably have been 25 to 30 years ago. This game was a thing, maybe showing my age a little bit there. But yeah, I just, they're my memories. It's like such childhood, ingrained into my childhood. I've kind of been brought up with it, watched all the films. I'm still catching up on the TV shows. Ben, I will get to Bad Batch, I promise.
You need to.
So yeah, that for me is Star Wars. It's my childhood. So yeah, that is it for me.
Cute.
So yeah, that is our little bit of history of Star Wars, why Star Wars, all those bits and pieces. But we now have probably Hannah's favorite section of the videocast. And if you were here 2 weeks ago, you may have seen some minor technical mishaps. I know Jess was in the chat laughing at us when it happens. But I want to
screen record.
Yeah, I now want to move on to Hannah's favorite section of the videocasts.
Quick fire questions.
And hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, you did hear that. We definitely all heard it. So hopefully that did it meant you heard it too. But it is quick fire questions. So Hannah, take it away.
I will. Thank you so much, everybody. So it is time for quick fire questions, and it's the May the 4th edition. Woohoo! This is the bit of the show where we get to know you a little bit better. So if you're in chat, please answer the quick fire questions, and we get to know our guests a little bit better because there are 5 questions that should be quick, but usually aren't because we all take a bit of time to get to know each other and get the answers out of our mouths. But without further ado, I have 5 questions. So, are you ready? Who's ready? Who's ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
What order are we going, Hannah?
I'm ready.
We're gonna go. I'm ready. We're gonna go. Ben,
You got
Jess,
it.
Tom, and then me.
Okay.
Give it to me.
Yeah. Ben, Jess, Tom, Hannah. Okay. Question number 1. Please, in the chat, if you are listening, jump in and answer the questions. Let us get to know you a little bit better. Padawans! This is what I've written down in capital letters. Padawans! The time has come for you to choose your lightsaber. What color do you choose?
I choose green.
Okay.
I choose
That was
green.
quick.
I thought that was going to be a longer answer. I was going to get ready, but never mind.
I just like the green kyber crystals. Green.
That makes sense.
Ah.
On brand as well, Ben.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
on brand.
Oh, true.
Didn't think about
That
that.
was not the reason, but you know, just what it's the force that binds us, connects us, flows through us.
Jess, what about you?
Mine would be red.
Because you are the Dark Lord herself.
I was trying to
Dark
change the
Lord.
lights in time, but I couldn't do it. I thought Ben was going to answer for longer.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Change your lights whenever you want. Just like go for it.
I'll get there.
You'll get
Maybe if
there.
I mute myself.
Daggercast has gone for black. Would that show up?
Ooh.
Would that show up? Would that work?
Oh yeah,
Hypothetically.
there is.
Yeah.
The
Is there?
dark saber. The dark saber. That is
Okay.
a smart one.
Mm.
Yep. And there
I
is
like
a
it.
story behind the dark saber as well. We shall get to that maybe if there is time.
We're going to get the full lore of Star Wars from our one and only Ben today. For me, I would pick. I've never seen it as a color as a lightsaber, but then again, I'd say I haven't seen all the TV shows and bits and pieces like that. I would pick orange.
Temple guards.
Ooh.
Cool. I would have a Temple Guard lightsaber because orange is my favorite color, and I definitely pick orange. If I was going, it always used to be purple because like you gotta match the Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
But yeah, orange would be my choice of color.
Cute.
Love it.
Mine would probably be blue. I know it sounds really boring, but the blue lightsabers are like a really good blue, and there are so many different blues on the spectrum of blue, but that blue is a really nice blue. So I'd
Is
probably
it
pick
teal? Is it navy?
No,
Is it?
it's blue. Lightsaber blue.
out.
Blue.
Lightsaber blue. Just knows. It's the force. It's the force. Okay, brilliant question. That was question number 1. Are you ready? Question number 2. We all know who Luke's father is, but who would be your father from the Star Wars franchise?
I was about to say, Phil Mosley is my father. Yeah.
Not today, Phil. Not today.
You know what? I was gonna say Mace Windu, but I'm gonna say Saw Gerrera
Why?
because he's just he's an aggressive freedom fighter where even the rebels didn't like him. Can you imagine being a rebel, being hated by the rebels? That is so cool. I want that as a backstory for Dad. Yeah. Saw Gerrera.
Awesome.
It's a thoughtful answer. Thoughtful answer. I like
It
it.
is. I thought about it. And I
It
thought
is.
the obvious is Mace Windu, but I was like, nah, that's just too obvious. Saw Gerrera,
There we go.
the rebel that was hated by rebels. Love it.
The-
Best thing.
The aggressive father figure that we all need in our lives.
I mean, speaking of aggressive, mine's not that thought out. It's just who I used to gravitate to when I was a kid. Darth Maul. I was obsessed with him. So, I just love just everything to do with his face. There's no other reason for it other than like literally every time he came on the screen, I'd be like, ah, because there's something wrong with me.
There is the double lightsaber.
There is a backstory to your answer as well that I could give you.
Oh, is there?
Yes, there is. So he's from Dathomir, and in Dathomir you've got the Night Witch sisters. So yeah, that's a good enough reason. You could be part of the Night Sisters.
Yeah, maybe I am one of them.
I love what Greg's put in the chat.
Father is Yoda.
Oh, nice.
It's me next, isn't it?
It is, Tom. Can't say Phil.
I can't say Phil. Okay. That'd be wicked if my dad was in Star Wars.
It would. It would.
I would probably go. Yeah, plot twist. Da, da, da. I would go for probably. It seems like maybe a cop out, but like Han Solo, because he is that kind of renegade, like cowboy, like. I always believe that I wish I was born at a time when it was like the Wild West, like cowboys, Indians. That type of
good
Red Dead Redemption era. To appease Hannah this way. So yeah, I think I would gravitate towards Han Solo, and I think I did as a kid as well. Like, obviously he shot first, so
that makes me happy because I can actually see it. I can actually see Han being your dad.
I wouldn't be the annoying child, and spoiler alert, I wouldn't stab him in the stomach.
Good to know.
That's good. That's reassuring.
It's funny, my partner's dad, whenever he wears his waistcoat, he looks like Han Solo. So my partner's dad is Han Solo.
There we go.
That's it.
It's already been taken.
I now know who my father is in real life.
I love it.
Amazing. Oh, so my answer may surprise you. I'd really like Chewie to be my dad. Not gonna lie.
Oh, that's so
love
cute.
Chewie. Great hairstyle first and foremost. Have to get some hair love there. And just a heart of gold, brave heart of gold.
And really good with a crossbow.
Yeah, exactly. He is really good with the crossbow and very tall. Not that I'm that tall, but yeah, I think Chewie.
Very long.
Have you seen the L'Oreal meme of Chewie?
No.
Search it. Honestly,
I will.
search it. You would love it.
Do that after videocast today.
I will do that. That is that's my homework.
Yeah.
That is question number 2. If anybody else would like to answer the question in the chat, please put it in and we'll put it on the screen. Okay. Question number 3. Yoda or Baby Yoda?
Oh, Grogu. It has to be Grogu. There is that relationship with him and Din Djarin, Mando. Okay, see, this is where I start getting into facts and stuff. And
Oh my god.
Okay, you're allowed.
For Ben, for us plebs, keep it English.
Parables I'm speaking in, actually, not riddles. Yeah. Just to let you know. No, it has to be Baby Yoda. It's just he doesn't speak, but you understand everything. That is powerful. That is the Force in itself. Just the scene of him and Ahsoka speak. Spoiler alert. Just speaking in the Force.
Me and Tom are just like, I'm really glad I was half paying attention then because I didn't hear what you said.
I'm halfway through season 2, so of Mandalorian.
Like halfway through season 1. I'm so sorry.
I've not started Mandalorian. I'll hold my hands up. I have. I watched the first ever episode. It's something that I need to sit down and commit some time to. I don't want to just have it on in the background because I need to focus. So
yeah,
I'm a bit late.
That's why I had to put the spoiler alert. But yes, Baby Yoda.
Awesome sauce.
I don't know. Can I have both of them?
They still wouldn't mount out to be the size of a full person, so you know.
I know, but I don't know. Either. Okay. I don't know. Yoda. I'm gonna go with Yoda, just because I feel like he'd be a better life guide. I think I need that, maybe.
To be fair, that's That's exactly what I would pick him for the same reason. Like, I feel like the mentorship from Yoda would be incredible.
Yeah.
And maybe one day I would fathom the Force and understand how to use it, and Yoda could guide my hand.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I was going to say. I would love to look after baby Yoda, but I would love more for Yoda to look after me.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that's what I need.
I was gonna say
can't-
something else, but it's like it's another spoiler, and I'm
Oh, no.
Ben, no, Ben.
Oh
But
god.
it's what Gregory Nichols said. Yoda, original gangster, where he draws his lightsaber in episode 2. Chef's kiss. That's when
He's a bit
Greg.
of a badass, to be honest. Like
He is.
underrated.
Yeah, him
badass.
versus Dooku in
Experience.
episode 2 was like beyond fan service. I do agree.
We'll go with one more question because these haven't been very quick. And Ben has done a lot of. I'm joking, Ben. It's not your fault. But we'll go with one more question. Okay. So you have to travel to a planet. Let's say we're going to Zepho. We're going to Zepho. And you're on a mission, okay? You can take with you Chewie. Chewie's going with you. And Jar Jar Binks. And one other character. Who do you take with you?
R2D2. Absolutely R2. R2 is the most
Brilliant.
resourceful. Oh man, that droid doesn't know how to die compared to all the other. He just doesn't.
Have
He
you seen that
survives.
GIF? Have you seen the GIF where it just
Yeah, he
fast
falls
forward?
And honestly, he managed to keep Luke's location to the end until he needed to be activated. That is loyalty to a different level. R2 all the way. Just putting it out there.
Okay.
Jess, what about you?
I don't know. I'm just gonna stick with my first instinct because it's what popped into my head. Kylo Ren. Why? Why am I always after the dark characters? I don't know. I just
Yeah, the
think
dark
it'd
side of the
be
force is
fun.
definitely strong with you.
Ah, maybe. I just think
Ben's
it'd be really,
actually
really cool to have around.
concerned.
Like he's because he does have kind of both sides, and I don't know. He's an attractive fellow. Like I don't know. I'd be happy with Chewie and Jar Jar, to be honest.
Yeah.
You can take
Controversial
somebody
opinion. I like Jar Jar. Binks.
Jar Jar's all right.
Yeah. I think the first time I saw episode 1, I was like, oh, he's kind of cool. And I think the more I watched it, I was like, is he a little bit more grating? I don't know.
See, I like
I
him.
like Jar Jar
I know, I
Binks.
like him.
I really like Jar Jar Binks.
I think the mix of Kylo for the bit of darkness, Chewie just because he's Chewie, and then Jar Jar just to annoy everyone. Like I think that'd be great. We'd be like the
family.
You would have
power
no food
squad.
left. You'd have no food left. Jar Jar would eat everything.
Absolutely. Yeah, goodness. Appetite beyond measure.
Yeah, but maybe that's what Kylo's there for. Just to deal with
Deal
Jar
with Jar
Jar.
Jar.
If he gets too
He's
much.
the babysitter. He's the babysitter. I would probably pick. It's between a few, but probably Lando Calrissian. Because if I'm flying through space, he's also an expert pilot and could get me out of some sticky situations. So that's my
Lando.
reasoning. So yeah, there we go.
I would either take. I'd love to take Princess Leia because she's just a badass. Like Princess Leia is amazing. I'd love to take Princess Leia or C-3PO because just the amount of knowledge.
Yeah.
You just have it like an encyclopedia on tap, and I like that. So
Oh god, I love it.
probably who I'd take with me. But that is the end, because otherwise we'll be here to the end of the video cast. So that is the end of today's quick fire questions. Can we have an outro, please, Tom?
I was already ready on the button, even if you weren't saying it.
Love
I was
it.
like, outro.
Absolutely
Amazing.
Love
There we go. Adam put a donk on our quick fire questions. If everyone remembers that conversation from 2 weeks ago, go back to the episode 2 weeks ago, and we can talk, and you can find out what a donk is.
Oh dear.
So anyway, continuing on with the stream before I dig any more of holes for myself in any way, shape or form. We are here to talk through Star Wars and games and all those bits and pieces. But a little bit of news that you may or may not have know of is that there is now an actual studio around Star Wars games. So it's actually been officially named, officially branded, referred to as the Lucasfilms games or Lucasfilm games. So they now have their own studio, which is going to be obviously heading up all the future Star Wars games and all those bits and pieces and overseeing everything as actually part of the LucasArts element. And before we get into the previous games that we love and play and all those bits and pieces, and we want to find out what the games that you love in Star Wars, is I have a little bit of a scissor reel, to use the technical term, from Lucasfilm games, really hyping up their previous games and all those bits and pieces. So let's watch that first, and then we'll dive into our games.
Execute Order 66.
Red Group, you're our heavy hitters.
You've done it. The tunnels are open. Get in and attack the station core.
And Star Wars games after that. I don't know what will make you hype for Star Wars games.
Ben, are you okay? Can we just check in? Ben, are you okay?
That actually genuinely brought a tear to my eye. Oh man, love Star Wars, love it. So hyped. I'm so hyped.
I've got goosebumps. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was so epic.
Also,
that is so epic.
Sims. I didn't know Star Wars.
I
Sims
knew
was
you were going to pick up on that.
Yeah, there's like a pack. You can't choke people though.
Oh my god!
You're so evil.
That was like
That's amazing.
That
YTF
was
355 thinking that video was awesome as well. Guys, let us know in the
that was
comments
so
what you thought of that video, because I thought that was incredible. I'm really glad I found it on Lucasfilm's website earlier, because that was incredible.
That
Really good.
That was epic. That was epic. There was Lego Ray being trained. That was amazing.
Did you see the Minecraft Baby Yoda?
Yeah.
I think I missed that.
I'll send you the link to the video, because there's a little
Yeah.
Minecraft section, and you've got a little Baby Yoda in the carrier that's floating around. It's really cool.
That is so
Oh, I
epic.
think I might have thought that it was Lego.
Who knows?
Moving on.
Moving on. So yeah, Star Wars games. We talk about gaming all the time, and I know we've briefly spoken about some of the films, getting to know us a little bit more. But let's go in the order of Hannah first. Let's mix it up a little bit. Hannah, Ben, Jess, and then myself. Of what are the games that you've played in the past that are Star Wars related, have a link to Star Wars, that you loved, and why?
So there's two that really resonated with me. The first one being Battlefront, and that first came out in 2015, which was forever ago. And I'm not great at first-person shooters. I'm really not. But to play in the Star Wars universe, I just thought was amazing. Graphically, I remember playing it, and just the Star Wars backdrop and the story and the fact you can play as Darth Vader and Boba Fett and you're fighting for the fate of the galaxy. I just thought it was unreal. It was so good. And do you know what I love about Battlefront and about other Star Wars games? And it gets me every single time. It's the all-terrain walkers to the 80s. I love them.
The
I
chicken
love
leg.
them. I
The
just think they're
chicken leg.
incredible. And for anyone who doesn't know, they're the armored vehicles that look like some huge kind of camel things, or as Ben said, like chicken legs, horse-inspired walking
Like greyhounds.
vehicles, tanks. Yeah. And there's all different sizes of all-terrain walkers, and they range. And I did some research on this. They range from 3.45 meters tall to 36.18 meters tall. So the smallest ones are about the same size as a triceratops, which is about the same size as two people standing on top of each other. So you can only imagine how big the biggest one is, and the fact you can go in and control them and, you know, do whatever you need to do, shoot people with them. I think it's just wicked, and I really, really like being able to play as them. And that is something that I also love from the second game that I picked, which is Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And we saw a little bit of it in the trailer that Tom just played. To play as Cal was wicked. So Fallen Order is set 5 years after Episode 3.
Yeah.
And that in itself is really cool to bring it back to there. But to play as Cal, so this is what I really love. This whole story is a progression. It's a progression of the character Cal, who is a Jedi, who is learning his powers as he's going, and he's been chased by bounty hunters. And he doesn't really know what his mission is, but he knows he needs to do something, and you kind of find it out as you keep going. And I just think it's wicked. That kind of progression is really, really cool. And there's the little BD1 in there, which is really cool, and all the different planets that you can explore. So more of a action adventure RPG style with puzzle elements, Fallen Order is. And I love that. I love that you can do some puzzles. I remember we did a video cast. Did we do a video cast on Fallen Order? I swear we did. Did we? I think we did.
Maybe.
Or we played it on Level Up.
We definitely played it on Level Up.
I remember talking about how it's kind of like a load of different games in one, how you have like Tomb. I'm excited, and all my words merge into one. Tomb Raider elements, and there's like Assassin's Creed elements, and all these puzzle elements, and it's really, really cool. Yeah. So, and now everything's on EA Play with Game Pass Ultimate. If you haven't played it, you have to go and play. So there, my two.
I've just re-downloaded it because I only got halfway through, so I've re-downloaded it because it's typical. If you know me, I start a game and I don't finish it, so I'm adamant to try and finishing it. But did you know there's a really cool Easter egg in Fallen Order right at the beginning of the game?
No.
So when you're right at the beginning of the game, you're going through and you're walking through the train. Do you remember that? Yeah, it's like you've done the little tutorial bit. And you're walking through the train.
Keep coming.
Yeah, you walk all the way to the end. You get to a point when you can't get through. You press a button on the door and you can't get through the door, and you turn around and something else happens.
Yeah.
If you press that button 66 times, you get the voice line of execute order 66.
No way! Oh, that's really cool.
Who on that?
Do you know what's really sad? Is I had a really weird feeling that something was going to happen if I pressed that button loads of times. So I didn't know anything about it, and I just sat there and pressed A loads, and then eventually that voice line happened, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I recorded it. I did an export capture, and I recorded it.
Epic. So that answers my question of who would happen upon that. Tom would.
I did that.
No, for sure.
Yeah. When you play Star Wars again, when you play Jedi Fallen Order again, just press the button 66 times. Why not?
Love it.
Why not?
Awesome.
Benjamin.
Yes.
Gaming.
Gaming, it was Jedi Starfighter. So for ones that don't or do know, it was Jedi Starfighter for me. And that was a game that I liked. Me and my friends were heavily into that, man. It was so cool. You know, just a different Jedi. If you remember when episode 2, Obi-Wan Kenobi was trying to get away from Jango Fett, that Jedi fighter. So it was good to play in that, and that was a game that meant a lot to me. But it was actually the movie-based games. What people don't realize is that you had episode 1, 2, and especially episode 3 as playable games. And I loved episode 3 because I love playing through more the story aspect of Star Wars. And what the games allow is a bit more expanded play for certain scenes. And the one that always annoys me, but I do understand for more age rating appropriate reasons, is when Anakin and the stormtroopers, the clone troopers, had to go to the Jedi Temple to kind of pretty much decimate everyone. And you do get to play through that in the episode 3 Star Wars game. Maybe not the part where the
younglings,
they're around there. Yeah, okay. Maybe not that far. We're not going that far, but you do get to wield as Anakin, kind of just rogue through. So that's a game that always holds dear to me. The movie-based games, episode 3.
I think thinking back now, you said like episode 1, 2, and 3, like the movie-based games. I completely forgot, but I remember spending hours playing episode 1 Phantom Menace on PC. Yeah, like hours, man. And I forgot that was even a thing. So thank you, Ben, for reminding me. That's some good memories.
It's such a it's amazing, absolutely amazing.
So got Old Faithful saying Jedi Outcast 2 was an awesome game. Yeah. We got Daggercast going. Jedi Power Battles was a good game. And then going, the poor younglings. The poor younglings. So yeah. Ben, thank you very much.
Wow, appreciate it. That was
Jess.
Step back on.
So, my Star Wars journey started with most of the games rather than the actual films, which is very weird and probably not the order that most people go in. But one of the first games that I played on the Super Nintendo was the Relic of the Jedi game. And I didn't play all the way through it because I was very, very young and I didn't really understand Star Wars at the time either, but I used to play through it and I have memories of playing through that. But while we were chatting, I remembered about a different game that I used to be obsessed with, and it was on, I can't even remember what it was on, but it was the Star Wars Racer game where you like built...
Pod Racer?
Yeah, I don't know, it was like years and years and years ago, but I just have like visions of actually playing it and being in the pod races as that young Anakin and like flying through everything and the like little like saber things like flailing around and stuff. I'm really describing this game really well, but I'm pretty sure it's one of them. Like it might have been literally Star Wars Racers or something. But I played that game a lot because it came out when I was younger and I wasn't very good at racing games, and that was kind of all the games that we had apart from like GTA and stuff. So I used to play that game quite a lot along with the Lego games as well, which again, I didn't watch the films, but I played the Lego games, so I kind of got a bit of the story from that.
Me and Hannah both clicking the comment at the same time.
It's so... The Lego Star Wars games, I think, are underrated. They are phenomenal games. They are
That's how I got the story of Star Wars through the Lego games.
There you go. Gaming, bringing everyone together.
Yeah.
They're so fun. They're so fun. They are absolutely so fun.
Well, as you were saying earlier, Ben, I can't remember if it was on stream or when we were just prepping, but the Lego games, they kind of twist the story and just make it really fun and comical, but you still get all of the information that you're possibly going to need.
That is skillful. Like storytelling means so much to me. It's how I remember things, and just the fact that it can just make you laugh and make you remember and get information. I'm like, Lego Star Wars has its place permanently.
Yeah.
100%. We'll get on to one of the Lego Star Wars games shortly as well in our next little section before we finish. But yeah, I think for me, I was actually going to mention Star Wars Pod Racer. I know, Jess, you kind of have touched on it as well.
I think it was that. It might not have been.
Just once again, remember playing that with my dad on PC and like trying to do all the races and all those bits and pieces. But if you guys know me or if you're new to the videocast, I'm a huge RPG lover. Mass Effect is my all-time favorite RPG, which was made by BioWare. And BioWare created a RPG for Star Wars, which was Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, or KOTOR, however you know about it, where you could basically make whatever character you wanted. If you wanted to be good and a Jedi, you could. If you wanted to be a Sith and be evil, then go for it. Your character arcs, I'm aiming that at Jess more than anybody right now.
Yes.
But yeah, you created your character. If you were good or evil, your choices mattered. It was the quintessential BioWare game. And I replay that regularly. It's available via backwards compatibility on Xbox, so I can play an original Xbox title on my Xbox Series X, and it looks and it looks great. Yes, it looks dated because it's an old game, but you get faster loading times and all those bits and pieces with the Series X as well. Even if you plugged it into an Xbox One or an Xbox One X or One S or Series S, whatever it may be, it will still work with backwards compatibility. So highly recommend giving it a go. Just brilliant. And yeah, that's my favorite game from the
What was
Star
the title
Wars.
again, Tom? I'm writing this down.
Knights of the Old Republic.
I'm gonna add to Tom, and he will indefinitely agree. Knights of the Old Republic has the best cinematic cutscenes. The cinematic, you'll be sucked in just watching how well BioWare did those cinematic scenes. Amazing. Good memories. Absolutely
Great
good memories.
And this probably leans into my next question to you guys is, at this current date time, as far as I'm aware, there has been no other officially announced game coming out in the future for Star Wars apart from the new Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, which covers, as you'd kind of imagine, all of the Skywalker films, or the ones that he is part of, I should say. So that is the only currently announced Star Wars game. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm talking officially announced, has release date, no rumors or speculation. Jess.
Sorry. I'm just very excited at the premise.
There obviously are a number of developers that have come out and said, oh yeah, this might be a thing, rumors, speculation. We all love it and we all get swept up in the hype because it's what we want. But if you could go to any developer in the world, your pick, you're choosing, and go make this type of Star Wars game, what would you pick?
I'll go first. So which is the stronger stance? The hand up or me saying going first? We have to decide.
I'll go first.
Hand going.
Well,
up
I'll go
actually.
first
You
then
have
in
to
that
put your hand
case,
up.
just to throw a spanner in the works. No, I'm kidding.
Go on.
But yeah, and also, guys, let us know in chat if you could make any Star Wars game in the world, what would it be? But Ben, as you so politely stated, and by jumping in, you can go first, Ben.
So I still want a Sunset Overdrive number 2 from Insomniac Games. So for me, it would be Insomniac Games. So okay. I'm a big fan of platform games. I grew up on platform games because I'm just more of a linear-based gamer. I know it just helps with the time that I have, and it tells a better story rather than giving me too many options. So I would want Insomniac because I know Insomniac are great at that. And I want a game finally addressing the fact that Mace Windu's alive. He is alive, damn it. I know he is. And I would trust them to do such a good job of it because they just understand how to make platform games work. And I want them to make a Sunset Overdrive game for Xbox and just bring it back. So just putting it out there, I thought about it on the spot, and I think it logically makes sense.
There we go. Thank you very much, Ben. Hannah, you politely put your hand up.
I did. It's more a finger. It's just my finger. Hello. So this was my answer before that you talked about Knights of the Old Republic because I've never played that and I wasn't aware it existed, and it sounds awesome. And my answer that I'd written down was to have a game that addresses kind of like with this sequel trilogy where Finn is first a stormtrooper and then goes to be, he's good and he's had enough of it and he's good. I'd love a game to be like that, like you start as a stormtrooper, you start as somebody. I think a stormtrooper would be a good one to start as you start as a stormtrooper, and you have that path whether you want to be good or you want to be bad. And I'd love to see from that point of view. So you're not a Jedi, you're not part of the, I don't know, you're not part of the Empire. It's just like, where are you? Where do you fit? And that kind of characterization and progression is all dependent on what choice you make. When I was younger, I was obsessed with the game Shadow the Hedgehog because it wasn't, you weren't Sonic, you were Shadow, and you got to choose whether you were good or bad. And I loved that. It was such a simple concept, and I'd love to see that, but in like a Star Wars world where you get to choose. Yeah, that was my answer.
It gives me Bioshock vibes. What you just said.
Ooh,
It's a good shout. Yeah.
Indeed.
like it. Jess, where are we sitting?
So I would like to I mean, any of the studios that I would like to list off, the Bethesda maybe, Ubisoft or CD Projekt Red, as Daggercast has said, because I would really like an open world Star Wars game where you can make that choice of whether you are on the light side or the dark side and completely customize your character. Like I'm one of these people where like, oh yeah. Like there's so many like game studios that could take it and do like incredible things, like just being able to completely customize your character. Like I admit, ever since Skyrim, I kind of put myself off any games where you can't customize your character, and it takes me forever to be like, oh, but I don't want to play as a dude. Because I want to play as like me in a game, which is probably why I've put off playing like I've forgotten its name already. The newest Star Wars game,
Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah, I've downloaded it. I know, and he's amazing, and I absolutely love the actor as well. Like Cameron is absolutely incredible, so it's really exciting the fact that he's in it. But there's just a part of me that puts off playing games where you're a guy. Like it's so bad. But yeah,
it's
so
not. If you want to be in the game, Jess, you could be in the game.
I mean, I could replace Cal, maybe. I'm ginger as well.
Daggercast,
as you said that, Daggercast said it.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe I could be like, I don't know what happens in the game, but maybe we could make another. I'm just going to pitch it out to them now. Maybe we can make another one, and I could be the female protagonist.
100%.
But it's me, and like we go to the dark side.
Yes.
I don't know.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Jess is in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order number 2.
Number 2.
It's me. Oh no, I wasn't meant to say that. Oh no, live.
It's going to be titled "The Path of the Inquisitor."
Yes.
Ooh. Should we all just work on it together? I feel like
we should.
talent to
Can't
do
you just
this.
make a video game? It's not that hard, right?
I can do that.
Not hard at all.
Oh, it's brilliant.
It's very exciting though. But yeah, an open world game where you can decide.
I like it. And to be fair, like I think I haven't really got kind of a new idea, because I think you've kind of encompassed everything that I want in a video game. And I know this kind of exists, but I'd love a really up-to-date, maybe by Blizzard, is probably the paramount one here, of a Star Wars full-on up-to-date MMO. Now, before you jump in, this is more aiming at chat than anybody else, there is Star Wars The Old Republic, which is an online MMO for Star Wars. I just want something that ties in the choice-based mechanics and like amazing graphics, loads of different planets, customize everything. Like I want everything that you can possibly do in a Star Wars game in one game, make it an MMO. And we'll chuck in some Lego as well, and the Sims. The Sims will all be there.
Yes.
Yes. I know the Old Republic exists. I just want, something that looks phenomenal, up to date. All the new characters as NPCs, but you make your own character where you can be male or female, or an alien, or whatever class and race. It's basically Dungeons and Dragons, but Star Wars.
Yeah.
In a video game, online, with loads of other people, with big starship battles, and that's me in a nutshell.
I'll vibe with that. I'll vibe
Make
with
it
that.
PvE, and then I'm down.
Yeah, okay.
So
So everyone works together and takes on the PvE. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll make that game at the same time, right?
Yeah, we can do both.
We can do both. But no, that's kind of getting towards the end of the stream. Like we've spoken about our history, why we love Star Wars, had some amazing quickfire questions or long
Very
quickfire
amazing
questions.
Really
Spoken about our favorite games in the Star Wars world, what we'd hope for the future, all those bits and pieces. But I mentioned something at the start that I wanted to come back round to regarding to Jess. And Jess, you mentioned there that you'd love to be in a Star Wars game and be you in a Star Wars game.
Yeah.
But I don't know, the internet tells me things of you might be in a Star Wars film.
Maybe.
There we go, Ben.
Did Ben not know?
What?
Don't get
What's
too excited.
revealed?
No,
reveal.
It's not like a legit, like major.
It sounds legit
film.
enough
I'm
for
not
me.
Like it is very cool.
I apologize, Jess.
really.
I didn't forewarn you that I was going to talk about this.
No,
but
you didn't. I was like, this is just not a thing that I'm going to bring up at all.
But I think it's amazing, and for any Star Wars fan, this is a very different type of story. And
the
Jess
original
stars
story.
a quite pivotal role in this original story. So Dagger Casse,
Not
it's a great
kidding.
film.
One of
So,
the
yeah.
best moments of my entire life happened while filming it as well, which I feel like Ben would really appreciate. I'm not going to say anything. Watch the film.
Watch the
You'll
film.
see. You'll see which part I could possibly have nerded
Jess.
out to completely.
I will give you this quick chance to plug where people can watch the stream.
Oh, okay, this feels very like wrong.
No, I will allow it.
You can search Relic of the Jedi on YouTube and find it there.
Amazing.
Instant
Thanks very
search.
much.
And there's also a blooper reel, which is very, very, very good. So after you've watched the film, watch the blooper reel because it's mainly
Mostly
Jess
me.
making bloopers. And it's very good.
So I will leave it at that, just in case I'm going to take responsibility for bringing that up. Just in case I get in trouble for bringing that up, that's all on me.
Oh, I'm sweating. It feels wrong. It just feels like it just shouldn't have happened.
So Jess and Ben, I want to say a huge thank you for joining us on this wonderful Star Wars Day, the Star Wars celebration of May the 4th. I hope you've enjoyed yourself, whether you are on the Jedi or the Sith. Hopefully you have enjoyed yourself while being on the show. I want to say a big thank you to everybody in chat who's participated in quickfire questions and the general questioning that we've put out. So thank you very much for joining us live. It is always appreciated.
I'd like to say a massive thank you to Tom Mosley, who has hosted the stream phenomenally well. So thank you, Tom. Yay!
Despite the fact that I couldn't get my words out at the beginning because I was like 15 minutes behind everything. I also want to say a quick thank you over on Twitch to CJ Berry and to Raving Bob for giving us a follow over on Twitch. Hugely appreciated. Thank you very much for that. If you already, feel free to follow us and get notified wherever we go live on our Twitch channel, which is Expert Zone UK and I. We have our own YouTube channel, which is Microsoft Expert Zone UK and I, which Ben at the moment is producing some amazing gaming PC videos, some overviews of some amazing things there. You will also see our wonderful Hannah Deathridge on there as well, unboxing and overviewing the Surface Laptop 4, which launched last week. So yeah, we've got
The
all
best
our
jingle
content there.
intro.
The best jingle intro. There we go. So that is there as well. And of course, if you're watching us over on Facebook in the UK or Ireland, we have our Expert Zone Facebook pages there. Feel free to like, follow, subscribe, bell, all of that jazz. It's hugely appreciated. And yeah, I think that's my outro. I think I've covered everything.
And thank you, Hannah, for being here for quickfire questions. You're welcome, Hannah. No worries. Okay, now we're done.
Did I miss that?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. She's here every week. It's fine. Hannah, as always,
True.
you allow us to do some amazing things, and you bring your creativity flair to each video cast and allow us to do new things that I'd never think of, and I think, oh no, that can't be done, and you go, no, it can.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. And that's where quickfire questions originated from. I was away for a week, and Hannah went, I'm doing quickfire questions. So that was that.
It's true.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have to go because we have a training call that myself, Hannah, and Ben need to be on. So thank you very much for joining us. And until 2 weeks' time, we will see you then. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Use the force. I mean, the force.